live. Let me just go check that.
Are we live?
I don't know. I'm gonna go check.
Okay.
Yep. We are.
Yay.
I can hear myself talk, maybe.
You should invite me to the lobby.
Right, shush. I need to... Hello. Right, try this again. I'm very quiet, but I don't know how to improve that, so...
By being louder?
I can't,
in real life?
I cannot speak louder.
You can. What the fuck is that?
Right, then it's good enough.
Ruku,
Hello.
what is that?
What's what?
What is that?
What's what?
What is in tank decks?
Oh. That is a... I know what that is as well. I don't know the name of it. I've seen it before. It's like
Yay.
Did someone get it?
Me.
Oh, I need some Swedish little terrible thing. Oh, it's used by the UK. No.
It's yours. It's yours.
It's not mine. It's not mine.
Oh, what's the...
Right, since we're live, since we're here, we're today's match is Anzio versus Kuro, round 3, I think, home bracket 3.
Probably.
Sounds about right.
I'm also here.
Actually, this might be round 2. Yes, welcome to the sickly person.
I'm downtrodden.
It's good, really.
I've been bullied by this man into sickness.
It's not. I have no abilities.
It's on stream. It's live. It is
not,
true.
No, it's not. Never happened. There's a fabrication. The mentally ill will lie.
See me?
To
You
help
hear me right now?
Yeah, you still sound unwell.
You know who it's because of?
Not me.
You.
You're such a tiring person to talk to.
Invite me.
No.
Invite me.
No, you don't deserve to watch this match. Only me and my loyal Twitch viewer. All 3 of them get to watch.
Soggy.
Soggy.
Hi, Soggy. Hey, Soggy.
What a creature. What a menace.
Hello, Soggy.
We get a shout out to Sogbold.
A big shout out to Soggy. Big uptoots to the big Sog.
You're just harassing
What's wrong?
this man. You're harassing him.
No. I'm shouting him out because he's wonderful.
He is
top twink.
What a heartful thing.
He understands my sentiments.
Maybe. I don't think he does.
He may not be watching.
He's not watching. I know he's not.
Okay.
I'm gonna send the link. No, I don't want AI. I want to just send a link. Right.
Sogwald.
We all love Sogwald. To actually get into the whole point we're here, Anzio versus Kuro. What do we... I've been in VC with this man for the last, 3 hours. I'm not here.
I am.
Yep, sadly. So, we're
Kuro
looking
versus
at
Anzio.
a lightweight match. So...
fast, quick, ideally.
Well, maybe. We'll see. So,
it won't be.
It won't be, but we can pray. The match...
Stump's on their side. I'm actively wishing for their downfall.
Okay, so we as a collective, we want Kuro to fall because they've got Stump.
No, but on
the flip side,
it's the lesser of two evils, right?
Yeah, I would choose Stump over Primius, so Anzio
I would
fall.
too. Right. Yeah, glad we're in agreement.
We're in agreement. I can only pray that
Kuro does have the player Chems on top.
Chems.
So,
who is Chems and why is he on top?
Maybe Soggy knows.
Maybe Soggy knows. Alright, I think they're all ready. So.
Are we actually all ready?
A match
4 minutes?
starting 4 minutes. This is unheard of. A match starting
this is unprecedented.
4 minutes.
All right,
Right.
what's our predictions? What's our predictions?
Oh, predictions.
Everyone goes to the hill and fucking dies.
Yeah,
Done.
that's just what happens in this. To base it on how Anzio played this match last time, I'm gonna assume they rush the hill and they just do something up there.
It's just rush to hill,
it's
head on
always-
combat, and it's down to skill.
It is always just yeah, and we shall see which side's skill is prevailing. I
do think personally
side will.
Kuro's vehicles are at an advantage here.
Yes.
They should be okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay.
Komi has killed
Right.
himself.
Come in.
Unfortunate. Oh, they're all. Why are they all
No,
disappearing?
because they should be able to all pen them frontally. No issues.
They did respawn. Okay, I was afraid I fucked up the settings for a second then. But no, I'm perfect.
No,
I'm
Stump
amazing.
did those Stumped.
Yeah, some boys. Okay.
All those grey things in a line.
Yeah. Well, one of them's tan over on the other squad.
Okay.
The Germans do know a bit of colour. There's a lot of Panzers.
No, they don't.
That is a insatiable amount of Panzer 3s.
Oh, they still have a bunch of J's though. No, they have one J1.
They have one J1.
That is so ominous.
This is such.
That's not what I was just talking about the J1s being helpful is just out the window.
They've got one of them, and it's on the other side of the map.
Why?
I don't know how to call this, because the Panzer 3F, it's not great.
No, that's terrible.
It can hurt, like, their other stuff, but the P40 is going to have a field day if it gets a good chance.
Yeah.
Where
It's just
are
another
they?
ace
There they
punching
are.
bag. Good lord.
Yeah, okay. They've got, Anzio is almost all on one side. They've
Oh,
got
no, it's fine,
three-
it's fine, it's fine. It's fine. Premius is the P40. We're good.
Okay, yeah, we saw what happened last time. He was the P40.
Yep, alright.
30 seconds till combat. Looking at their lineups, Kuro is heavily favored in their medium tank department. I mean,
I'm not
every
sure
one of their
why
tanks
everyone
a
is... Everyone's insistent on the spamming strategy, which
It's
never seems to go well.
no, but it's nice to
So,
see. It's nice to see a Kuro game that's got more than like 3 people.
Yeah, it's nice. I just don't like Kuro's chances for this one. Throwing away that J1 advantage is
Yeah,
lethal.
it is slightly hard. Why are they not going? There we go. Anzio is just delayed at everything they do.
Yes.
Why can I not
Well,
hear
a little bit
any-
of they have processing time in their minds.
Okay,
That's just how it is.
I know why I can't, because I'm spectating the Germans. Yeah, I mean, why are they going? What a weird. Why did they spawn on the other side and then drive up towards the hill anyway?
Probably wanted to see some stuff.
Maybe, but what are you gonna see?
They probably also wanted to go like on top of the hill.
Well, it's a good idea because they've got a bit of a pincer movement going on.
Yeah.
They're going to be attacking
Like
from
one of
two
them will go on the
sides.
right side, one of them will go on the left side.
It looks as if
But-
Kuro is probably going to seize the hill first.
Definitely, they're
Let's-
fast.
Yeah, let's see how this plays out. I'm very curious because it is going to be just a slap fight at the top of the hill, like it is every time.
Yeah,
but,
as usual.
yeah. There's no.
Against pacemates, a pincer maneuver might do really well.
Yeah, we'll see how this goes. It looks like there might be first contact soon. The P40 is charging up the hill. Germans are going to be streaming down the hill.
Attention to the designated grid zone.
They have, first blood. First
done.
blood goes to
Damn.
Anzio. Well done.
M15s are good, man.
M15s are very good. They pack a hell of an explosive mass. The
First combat from
Attention.
Simo's being engaged by Panzer 3.
the P40 is about to run headlong.
Attention to the
In
map.
there.
hit?
P40's been hit. Doesn't look like it.
P40 is just not seeing it.
Premius is blind.
Premius
Premius
is-
is blind. Premius is blind. Premius is
Premius
blind.
is just-
Premius is blind. Okay, he's fired
okay,
and
he
missed
missed.
completely. Where is he? There he is.
Oh, the Panzer 3's not going to see the other Simos though.
Ah,
Oh,
he got
okay.
the kill anyway. Let's see. No, the Panzer 3s are firing poorly, but
It seems
they
like
There we
the Panzer 3s are like streaming around them. Like,
but the J1 is about to counter the P40.
oh, we might have our...
Might have
This is
a.
the one time the J1 needs to be used properly.
This is one objective. However,
J1 is running.
the Simo's on the other side of the hill being outflanked by a Panzer 3.
Yeah,
He has
J1
just
might
been-
be done.
Nope,
J1's
J1 is still alive. J1 is
the 3F is dead.
yeah, 3F is
No, I was talking about the 3F. My bad.
He looks looks like the Panzer 3 is gone. Yep, the Panzer
No,
3.
man, I don't think the spam strategy is working too well.
Spam strategy is not working. P40 is. Oh, they are.
Yeah, he's
They
done.
are wiping the
One's
floor
done.
with Kuro.
Yeah, there's nothing they can do.
It is
Let's
over.
watch this Stump. We're gonna watch Stump die.
I'm just gonna watch. Is that Stump running away?
Attention to the designated
No,
grid
he's
zone.
hiding.
Oh, he's hiding. Okay, there is not much more he can really do.
Attention
So.
to the designated
Oh, there's a
grid zone.
Simo behind him.
There we go.
Well, one of
Yeah.
the Simo's dead.
Oh, good. They then immediately lost.
Okay, yep, he just died.
Don't know what is. I can't quite tell what is happening anymore, but
It's
the
just
melee.
casualties dying.
The melee is extending.
Attention to the
Oh no,
He
Bramble didn't
waltzed.
see that.
Bramble waltzed
Yeah, he
straight
waltzed
into
straight
the
in
guns.
between two of
The gun, the three of them.
Oh, yeah.
He walked straight into the gun sights of three of them.
It's all down to Stump.
Stump?
It's all down to Stump.
Stump can get a good flank going on if he's a little bit careful
No.
with this one. Oh, they're not paying attention. I don't think they hear him.
No, I think he's too afraid though.
No, he is too afraid. He's a sickly man. He is not. Stump just went for it.
Yeah, he's not
If-
the move.
if Stump just went for it.
He has ABCR loaded. He's gonna have ABCR
Nice.
loaded on his next shot.
He's got yeah. Oh, if the if the MD. Oh, come on,
Oh,
Stump!
oh,
Come
oh.
on, Stump! Well done.
Yes.
You need to switch. He's pop smoke, giving
Oh,
away his
easy.
position. And the Simos on the hill
Easy.
are very slow to react to one of their friends dying behind them.
One of them's going down, looking
Okay,
down the hill.
okay.
One of them's looking the other way.
We look at the Anzio's 105 is 1 kill away from an ace.
Need backup.
Yeah, as usual, ace punching bag.
Yeah. The spam strat is poor to say the least.
Stump
I
is
think
just running.
more. I don't
Stump
really
is
blame.
just-
I don't really blame the man.
No, I would. I would.
I'd be terrified. I don't know why he's running
Attention
that
to the
way though.
map.
I would run around to flank him
Yes, I would.
personally. But oh, they did just ping that though. So
Yeah. They look. They have responded in a decent manner. One of the
they've all bunched up.
one of the CMOs is currently just driving down a hill. So.
Yeah.
Can the APC?
He could totally approach them from behind though, easily.
I mean,
Although the
107 mils a pen. That's not terrible, but it is APCR. I don't know how well that
Again-
thing can hurt a P40.
again, really, if they just used more Panzer 3J1s.
Yeah, I would have taken some lesser tanks, tried to fill up more Panzer 3J1s.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not like Kuro is struggling for other tanks to bring. They can easily bring some of their lesser stuff, like 38.
but they brought 2 subs, so like
Yeah, they could have easily not.
we did not need those.
Stump has been spotted.
Has he?
Yeah, the enemy just pinged him.
No.
Yeah.
They pinged way off the side.
No, they pinged where he is.
Oh wait, oh,
They're
I
pinged
did
behind
my
him.
bad.
He is
Yeah,
currently
they-
running across an open field to...
Why is he over there?
I don't
Why
know.
is he over there?
This was Anna.
Why is he over there? Are you nuts?
Trying to kill the L3.
Oh my god, God bless.
Stump,
Stop, buddy.
Stop
Stop.
using APCR.
This glory is not yours.
He
Oh
hit
my
him,
god.
but it did
Oh
nothing.
my god. Oh my
The
god.
L3 lives another day. Run L3. Oh, the ricocheted.
Jesus Christ,
He
buddy.
bounced.
Stop using ABCR.
Switch to your...
Good God.
He's going to
Man, I'm gonna give him a fucking
the
talk.
The L3 got a return
Dude.
shot in.
Bro.
He's L3. He's killed him. It'd be the funniest thing ever.
No. That is so terrible.
Attention to
Do
the
not
map.
push out. Why did he push out in like the worst place
I
possible?
don't
Don't
understand.
understand.
Oh,
Why did he do that?
he hit the P40. He didn't do anything.
In the front.
Yeah. That was...
Why?
Um,
Why? Why did he move into the worst place possible to
Well,
engage a bunch of
For,
long-range
yes,
tanks?
for being the one tank left, Stump, it was not a heroic sacrifice. It was.
It was a terrible one. What
yeah,
do you mean?
I don't know why he tried to go to that side of the map across an open field.
And didn't kill their flagship tank.
No,
The L3.
his old man brain is so.
Good God.
That was that was quite sad to watch, really.
Yeah. Just
Well, that is that. Anzio disqualified.
Spam
they got on the cap.
tactics.
They got on the cap. Disqualified.
just the spam tactics, really.
yeah.
I just can't.
I don't know why people keep doing it.
I can't approve of that, really.
Like having
We saw it
so
coming.
so many 3Fs and like a single J1 was unreasonable. But they have like what? The limit is it 3 J1s?
3Fs just aren't gonna do well.
No, I mean,
Yes,
so
3.
why
You can bring
didn't
3 of those.
they really like honestly? They should put some Stugs. Like the Stug,
Yeah, Stugs are fine too.
like bring something with a little bit of damage behind it, and not the 3F.
3Fs just can't do it, man.
No.
You just can't do it.
All right, let's return the hanger. That was a very quick match. We did call it in the beginning that everyone would swarm the hill. Swarm tactics just don't work. I mean, they can work some very limited, but yeah, having like no tanks really capable of punching through Anzio's armor with any sort of certainty was just a bad idea.
Yeah, they spread out too, right?
Yeah.
So like the J1 can't really.
It's interesting.
It wasn't supported.
It's interesting how a team they had so many tanks in one place and yet were never able to actually localize their firepower. Like,
Right.
All of them went to the hill, and they just like that moment we watched of the 1-3 that managed to get a flank on the 2 CMOs in the M15.
Yeah.
At that moment, that should have been decided there and then, but he failed to kill. Excuse me. He failed to kill a CMO in front of him, which then killed him. It's that sort of dichotomy of they had the flank, they had a decent idea, and they just did not. They were not able to capitalize on it.
Just a shame, really.
Yeah, that's.
Again, Carpathians is just not.
It's not the idea.
Carpathians is not a fun map, really.
It's not.
You just go to the top.
It is.
You just go to the top.
It's the exact same plan every time, and every single time it goes the exact same way. It's an idea. It's certainly an idea, but not
It's easy to plan on it, I guess.
It's
just
easy
not.
because you don't have to plan. There's nothing to plan.
Yeah, you like maybe send one guy down south for any like the vacant moron who decides to go south.
Exactly, yeah. And that's what I mean. Anzio did that pretty well. I mean, they sent the L3 down there just to scout, as it should, and then they kept.
They just have more armor.
They had more armor, and they kept their force well organized. You know, rarely was there a single Anzio tank by itself. They were in pairs. They were using buddy system, and it did them pretty well. So, you know, chops to Anzio. They're definitely improved over what we saw last season. And it doesn't help. Like, it helps them greatly that their tanks are incredibly strong. You know, the
CMOs are just.
They can just take hit after hit.
And the guns will just one shot, right?
Yeah, their guns are stupidly good. The TNT equivalent in those the Italian weapons are just phenomenal. Like the M15, like the 47s on the M15s were just going straight through and like one-shotting it. I mean,
because the Panzer 3F has no armor.
Yeah.
There's no.
And not many other tanks can like boast the same. You know, shooting a Panzer 3, you're sort of sat there just taking crew after crew because it's well spaced out. It's a large interior. The Italian tanks, they just hit them and they just melt.
It's just a shame, really.
It is a shame. Yeah,
really
it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate, but it wasn't entirely unexpected. We did call it in the beginning.
It wasn't a bad game. It wasn't a bad game, but
no, it was a decent game. They fought pretty well. They were just let down by the fact their tanks were just not up to snuff. You know, if I was Kuro there, I would have taken maybe 2-3 J1s, a Stug or 2, and then fill out the rest of the lineup with whatever points you've got left. But
yeah, I would have definitely consolidated a lot more.
Yeah,
because at lightweight you really can't. You can't do spam tactics really that well.
You can't bring shitters. It's just not. It's never.
Because they have a capital tank. No matter what, you have to deal with that capital tank.
I think if it doesn't help that moment where Primius was completely blind. If it had been a J1 there, he would be dead. But because it wasn't a J1, you know, these little 3Fs are just struggling, and he was blind. He was blind as a bat. He got shot. He then just looked the complete wrong way. If a J1 was there, it would have been
even without Premius. A lot of the team, the CMOs were just incredible against the Panzer 3s. They just do better.
And it wasn't as if the 3Fs weren't trying. They were hitting their shots. It was just they didn't have the pen. They don't have that firepower they needed. And it cost them a hell of a lot. So
yeah.
Quite a fun game. Very quick. That's what we like to see from lightweight matches. Cough, cough, Anzio versus Pravda. on this map actually, where they just sat still.
Terrible.
Yeah, it's not.
Well, it is what it is.
Yeah, there's not much.
That was a game.
There's not much to really say about it. Really, we've gone over everything. It was a fair fight. You know, they just brought the wrong tanks for the wrong battle.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can.
Did that Steamo get the ace?
No, because the P40 killed Stump. So.
Right.
Yeah. No, not another ace to add to today. We've got like.
Still not sure what Stump was doing there.
No, I have
really odd.
no idea why he went
Disengaging entirely and going off
because obviously we have the advantage of being the bird's eye view.
Course,
we can see what they're doing. But if he had just had a little bit of bravado, that little bit of oomph of I'm the last guy, let's make it count, let's go out in a glorious fashion, he could have easily managed to wipe out 3 tanks with flank. I mean, the 3F's gun reloads insanely quick. That flank could have meant so much, and it just didn't.
It could have, yeah.
He killed a single M15 and then retreated.
I mean, even without the benefit of oversight, I still feel like I would not have gone off the hill.
No,
I would.
Yeah, going off the hill, you gave up every chance you had of trying to kill those CMOs. Especially, and then retreating off the hill and then retreating to the other side of the map across an open field. They had no idea where he was until one of them spotted him bumbling across a field, and I can't rationalize why that was the decision taken. Obviously, in the moment, it's stressful. You're not thinking straight, but I think most people would go, that's a bad idea.
Yeah. So Stump, you're stupid.
Yeah.
You're an idiot.
We're calling out Stump.
I'm going to shame you.
We're calling out Stump.
He has left the voice chat.
He's ashamed.
He is ashamed. He is ashamed. I would be if I was him. Yeah. Do we want to bring Bremius in here?
I'm gonna ask them.
Okay.
We're gonna see.
Past match interview.
Past match. Shut up. It's good enough. That was there's not much really to say from our end. We're gonna try and get our.
I'll tell you what. The post-match video will be very short.
Why do you keep like? In case you aren't aware, we're starting that now. So if you would like to go to our YouTube and see our more in-depth breakdown of a match-by-match basis, we've just done one on Pravda vs Yatko that went up like 5 minutes ago. That's very long, but
yeah, much to Ruku's misery.
Yes, much to my misery, because I have to record it and then voice it and then edit it and then render it. All me. This fuckwit doesn't help.
I'd request. I would like to put in my formal request to assist.
How would you resist
in some way? I don't know.
See, you say you want to be helpful. You do not offer solutions.
Look. I can make the graphics next time.
You are a false prophet.
I can make the graphics next time.
False prophet.
I can make the graphics next time. I will.
Alright, it looks like Kobe might be joining us.
That's good.
So, yeah, we've said our piece. We're now going to try and get our illustrious commanders in to get their view on the battle. Looks like we might be starting with the German commander, so that'll be interesting. It's I don't know. Once again, I'm sort of just like saying the same things over and over again, but
not really much to say. It's a lightweight match. There's not much strategy going on.
Lightweight matches. They're basically just saying like, go have fun. Just go do something. Yeah, it's interesting.
What the fuck kind of tank is that? It's North Korean. Help.
All right, well, let me go have a look.
It's in Yatko.
No, why would you curse me with this? Oh, I know what that one. It's the newest one they've got. What's it called?
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
I know it. Right. Please tell me that's right.
Sorry, we're doing tank decks.
It's
sorry.
Yeah, sorry. I need to guess the tank rule. Yes, I'm so fucking good.
I was at Chonma. I did Chonma Ho.
It's called a M.
Okay.
It's an M2020.
Okay. Anyways.
I remember that one.
Do I need to use
hello.
child-friendly language? Hello.
Hello, Kome. No, we don't need to use that language. We are here just to discuss that match. Not great for Kuro. We're not going to sugarcoat it.
Yeah.
What was
I can tell.
What was going on in the moment?
we're already struggling, or a big issue was when we prepared for the match with Handout, something that I had previously not seen, how different Karelia plays based on the spawns nowadays. Now they remarked the map, so the northeastern spawn really did not do us a favor, I think. Considering our advantage over Anzio is speed, however, the terrain, the approach to the hill, to the castle, is so much worse.
Well, I'll say,
Still alive.
from watching
later.
above, you got there before they. You got there like a decent while before they did. So you're like, it definitely it has changed, and I'll give you that. But you arrived before them. So
Yep.
what was the plan originally? So you were going to use your speed before the map, not aware the map had changed. So what was the idea going into this?
I mean, we did realize it yesterday while we did the planning. On this side, the plan was, well, for the northern side, where the P40 in the end was, that we try to contain them there, and the rest of the tanks quickly takes apart the rest of the team and then flanks around them.
Okay.
This was the plan. However, well, also the defensive force in the north was quickly overrun. It's the big issue of not any one of us really noticing. And we were also struggling at the position where we wanted to flank. And
Okay.
got killed there as well. So, losing on all sides.
Yeah,
Cool,
it wasn't. It wasn't great. Me and Nono have been discussing this a lot. The lineup. Why the lack of high penetration guns?
Due to the reason that Anzio has quite some tanks with high penning guns, or guns that can fire heat, so it was not deemed good to invest into the 50 millimeters of armor and the big gun, because they are 32 points, and with a point limit of 140. Well, we could only bring 4 J1s, which is a limit, and then 1 additional tank. We would have started the match even now with only 5 people.
Well, I mean, your team doesn't focus on armor, though. It focuses on armor penetration, is the thing.
Well, yeah, but I mean, most of the tanks except the P40 and the 105 can be killed by the 3F as well. With the advantage that the 3F is slightly faster and, well, obviously way cheaper.
But it was really evident to us watching that the 3F struggled on almost every occasion to solidify the kill, and it wasn't even targeting the capital tanks. It was one of your Panzer 3s got to the side of a CMO and failed to kill it. Then there's constantly these little snippets of they're not quite living up to the expectation of hurting Anzio's tanks. We've talked about it a lot, so we won't bore you to death with the same. So I think, unless you've got any more questions, Nona, I'd like to hear from the Anzio perspective.
Nope, none for me.
Cool. So Primius, congratulations on your win. What was we can guess the idea going into this match. It's the same plan everyone has for Carpathians: seize the hill. Were you at all surprised by Kuro's lineup?
Actually, that was kind of our biggest worry. When I got into this, I was thinking Kome, because he said he would have issues bringing people, at least for next weekend. I figured also with Good Friday being, this would also be an issue here. But so I figured they'd be bringing a smaller team, focusing on building on what works with this, which is usually the great ones, which is I always feel is the scariest thing of them and Yogurt's lineup, because that 50 millimeters of armor is something all of our tanks struggle to pen, surprisingly enough. Even the P40, realistically, even when angled, your best chance to hit at the turret, and if you hit anywhere else, you need to be angled, even if a lot other. Well, I think it might be 3 Ks. Either way, the penetration, the armor is still high enough. That's the bigger issue. So when I saw that, when I saw Comey doing that, I was completely not expecting that. He brought maxes of Panzer 3Fs. When I saw that, though, my other worry for Anzio, though, is our reload rate isn't great at all. overall. With the M42, it's much better than all of our other tanks, with the Simavente M42. But we actually struggle on a one-on-one confrontation. A Panzer III actually outloads the M15 most of the time.
Yeah.
So when my big worry with this was, oh shit, we're gonna get swarmed, and none of our armor is good enough because you have 30mm plates on like all of our transmissions. If you know where to aim, even if you struggle pinning the 50mm plate on the front of the tank, you will pin that lower plate, and yeah we're basically dead at that point.
I'd like to make just an observation we had was Anzio were very good at keeping their tanks together and coordinated. Was that something you planned for, or was this something that just sort of sprung up in the moment?
It is something I kind of planned for. I try to separate us into groups, and I try to go with my team very often and talk with each other in terms of how we're going to end up going through this. If you notice, before the matches, I'm trying to get everyone in about 15 minutes over so we can talk with this. It also doesn't help that our team generally is made up of actually really good players. If you look at most of our lineup lists, and you actually know their in-game names, most of them are usually in the 70s to 100 range. Okay. So, like, it's like 50-50. We have, like, half of our team are really good players, half of our team are, like, level 20s. But even then, that means that they often struggle with this format a lot. So, like, they got the coordination down, and I think that is probably one of their better traits that they're going with right now. But I do feel like my biggest worry these matches has always been that once you get leadership going down, we tend to disintegrate. And that's always been a big issue with us, which is why I try to focus so much on having my officer corps and the Black Guard and the actual exos, and I try to make sure I get them in matches as much as possible. It just hasn't been a thing recently. But, like, that was my big worry for this match, because I'm like, oh shit. Because I know the P40, when it comes up against the J1, a P40 actually can die really easily. It's literally, if unangled, you could get a shot literally anywhere, but even angled, you can actually pen up quite a few places against the P40. Even if you're not looking at the turret.
Okay, so if I sort of interrupt here a second, just to sort of move on a little bit, the final, and we joked about this a lot. Once you had taken the hill, what was your expectation for the last Panzer III to do? Because we can see you set yourselves up in a very good defensive location. So was there any idea that you would go and find him, or would you just wait?
Well, we actually had the L3 down there, and that was the big thing. Because originally, my other worry was, one of my other worries is that we might get a southern push, and Kuro, unlike most teams, and despite what they might like to think, actually can hold the south. If they know what they're doing, their pen is good enough at range that they could realistically deal with us in a southern engagement, and we have a struggle with that. So, as soon as he did that, and as soon as I saw him do that, because he smoked out, and I ran up behind him through the smoke, thinking he might have been sitting there to repair, because sometimes people do that, sometimes they run out. But as soon as he did that, I was like, oh shit, let's not transfer over. I got flashbacks to the fucking Yatko match. But like as soon as I saw that, I was like, okay, yeah, we need to start getting up on the hill, starting to get it defensively. And it wasn't until I think it was either Yag or one of our other M15, I think it was an M15, saw him and actually said, oh yeah, we found him. He's like roughly down south, and then Yag was able to pinpoint his location, and I am like glad about this because apparently Gaijin fixed the old thing where you can't use squad markers in custom battles. That allowed me to pinpoint his location.
Well,
and
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it be able to be used in our settings yet. I thought it was not usable.
We literally did.
So
yeah, me too, honestly.
I will go and test that because I wasn't aware that we could. Because they made the change and then we went to try it and it didn't work. So unless they've fixed it now, that'd be nice.
I think it might just be like one of those hidden bugs in the match, but that was a really big boon for us because it meant that unlike usually where everyone ends up spreading out at the end of the match and that runs the risk of us getting picked off individually, that meant that our L3 was able to immediately spot his ass. They'd give us relatively accurate pings where his location. And it's only because of that, because I actually ended up flanking him on the other side, and I was only able to do that because I couldn't even see where he was. He was actually really well camouflaged with that. I think he even had the green camo. I think it was
He didn't, but it
yeah,
was.
yeah, either way, he camouflaged well.
Yeah,
Fine.
if
I wouldn't have noticed him with that.
if I pass this over to Kome now, what was the? 'Cause obviously we were up here. What was the reaction in general when fortunes started to turn?
Well, since it became relatively clear early on in which favor this match will probably end, it was, well, from the people who haven't been present or are not from either of the teams, they were surprised, and, well, it was just talked about how Kuro did a whoopsie-doopsie, as I like to call it. And, well, obviously, I think the result of the match is right.
Yeah. I have no further questions. Any from Nonna?
Nope.
Cool. So I think I'll end it here.
Does this get recorded?
It's
If I
be,
will-
yeah.
If I will add one last thing,
Yeah.
I find it really funny that I get more terrified when we're actually winning than we do.
I mean,
actually
makes
when
sense.
we're losing a match. I think that's just my risk aversion, but like, my heart was like fucking pounding towards the end of that.
Yeah.
Just,
Well,
oh dear God, something's gonna go wrong.
when you start doing well, there's more to lose. So I think that's fairly understandable. But to end this off, thank you, whoever watched this utter garbage. I would like to point out the YouTube channel. We are starting a new thing there, as I mentioned earlier. Go watch the newest one we've got. It's really, really good, I promise. That's it from me. So thank you very much, and hope to see you next time.
Yippee.